one of the most frequently asked questions is about proper spacing on the basketball court. And with respect to being a guard, being a point guard or a shooting guard, understanding space and how to get open is essential to your success. So one of the key examples here, we're going to use a typical situation with the ball at the top of the key right now, with the point guard with the ball. We're also going to have the wing somewhere slightly down, pretty deep down on the wing. We're going to have an on-ball defender, and we're going to look at the guy that is help side that is playing the guy off the ball. And so we're just going to break down the court. We're going to shrink it to 2 players for the moment. One of the typical things that I actually notice a lot in basketball players is simply that if the ball is at the top of the key, a lot of times you'll see a player when they're in a straight line situation. If I were to connect those 2 players with a straight line, as in a passing angle that you can throw, they'll put themselves where the defender can actually deny this pass. So they'll actually almost make themselves easier to defend and harder to be open simply by looking at where they are in relation to their own defender versus where they are in relation to the basketball. Let me explain this a little bit more. So if you're open, if you're on the wing, or you're a point guard, and you look at this scenario right here, and you say, okay, well now this guy hedges up the lane a little bit, so if I were to draw a straight line through, the defender is right there. Well, this guy may think he's automatically open. Problem being is that while he may not have a defender within, let's say, 8 to 10 feet of him, he's not in a situation where he can easily receive the basketball. And when I say easily receive the basketball, I'm talking the guy with the basketball can pick up the ball and deliver it to you. Too many times in the game of basketball, players think they're open or assume they're open because they don't see a defender within 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe even 15 feet. What they fail to realize is that the guy with the basketball can't deliver them the ball that easily. By the time the guy with the basketball analyzes the court, picks up the ball, makes a read, picks up the ball and tries to deliver the pass, they actually may not even be able to make that play anymore based on what takes place on the court in other locations. So too many times I see a scenario like this where this guy is wondering why he's not getting the ball on the wing, and yet he's not easily available to the pass. A typical solution to this, or the types of cuts and reads that people want to make, is you simply want to position yourself either slightly further up or slightly further down. Now this seems very, very obvious, but this is probably the most misunderstood concept I see in high school kids, is somebody assuming that because no defender is close to them that they're open. So what I like to try to tell people to do, in particular if you're a point guard trying to initiate the offense, or you're a wing player trying to get the offense going, when you make your first cut and you are looking to shift that defender or that defense, you actually want to make this initial pass to get the offense going something easy, even if that means pulling you out of scoring range. Why? As soon as that first pass is made, let's say this wing has to cut all the way up, maybe it puts them 25, 26 feet away from the basket, not a lot of place that people are going to score from. As soon as that pass is made, instantly everybody else has to shift, even if you're not in a good scoring opportunity, because in order to play proper team defense, everybody always has to be moving with the basketball. So that initial pass is more important to simply be made to initiate the offense than it is to say, oh, I'm going to make one pass, I'm going to try to skip this ball over the top to the corner, when in reality, by the time that takes place, usually this guy can close back out. So that initial pass, you want to make it easy, you want to make it available. 9 times out of 10, I can fix that instantly by telling the offensive player to simply take 1 or 2 more steps and they're automatically open. So taking that extra step, instead of saying, oh, I could receive the ball right here maybe if the guy made a great pass, don't make him make a great pass. Force the defender to make a great play on defense and make it easy for your offensive players, for your point guard, to get the ball in and get the offense going. Because as soon as that pass is made, like we said, everybody else on the court, if you have defenders somewhere else on the court, let's say maybe somebody's playing post and there's another wing, automatically everybody else instantly has to shift, and now all of a sudden you create space in other spots on the court to then make your cuts, then set your screen. So really, really important. The biggest thing I can say with initiating an offense, in reading space on the perimeter. If you're that 2 or that 3 guard and you're on the wing, or you're that point guard, pull your guards up a little bit, get them to a space where they can actually receive the ball to get everything moving. Far too many times a point guard sits out top of the key and they just play with the basketball. Everybody's wondering what's going on. Coaches yelling, cut, screen, whatever it is, run the offense. All that really needs to take place is you need to take one more step to get your receiving line slightly away from the defender.